This is a series of videos based on the book Guerrilla Marketing for a Bulletproof Career by Guerrilla Marketing founder J. Conrad Levinson and me, Andrew Neitlich. In this video, I want to talk to you about the fact that cash is a career competitive advantage. First, please make sure you go to bulletproofcareer.com where you can get exclusive access to live teleconferences with the author of the book, free podcasts, a free ebook, and a free set of financial calculators for financial success throughout your career. So go there to learn more about the book and get access to these great resources. Quick overview of the book. Guerrilla Marketing for a Bulletproof Career comes in 4 parts. Part 1 is getting combat ready. Part 2, 13 perspectives to control the career battlefield. Part 3, become an agile career guerrilla so that opportunities come your way first before anybody else knows about them. And finally, the book covers common combat situations that almost everybody's going to face in their career and how to handle them. Okay, let's get into it. So cash is a career competitive advantage. Here's why. First, it gives you time, if you have cash, to relax and not panic in case you get ambushed, in case you lose your job, in case your business goes belly up, in case there's an overnight economic shock or a disruptive technology or so many of the other things that can ambush us and that are outside our control. If you have cash and you hate your job, you can leave. If you don't, you have to stay. If you have cash, you can bootstrap a business without relying on investor funding. And most importantly, if you have cash, you can take advantage of opportunities when others don't have cash. Many companies follow the same strategy. For instance, Intel is well known for increasing capacity during recessions so that they emerge stronger than their competitors when the recession's over. So cash can be a competitive advantage. The question is, how do you get the cash that you need so that you're ready? Step 1, you have to take an honest look at what you're spending now. What's coming in? What's going out? What's your burn rate? How much cash do you burn every month? What is your runway? That is, if you lost your income now, how much cash would you have to find a new opportunity? This is a very important thing to know. In the last recession, statistics show that it took people on average 36 months to find a new job or opportunity, and that's just the people who are tracked. Many people became discouraged and stopped looking altogether. Okay, so it's really important you know about every single penny you're spending, or your spouse is spending, or your kids are spending. Where's that money going? Take an honest look. You have to be in control of your finances. Again, before the Great Recession, when times seemed so good, it seems like a lot of people lost control of this. They were borrowing like crazy on their house. They were spending on things they didn't need. Then the recession happened, people became frugal for a while, and now look what's happening. It seems that people have forgotten that message. It's just like when 9/11 hit for a few weeks, for a few months, we all united together as a country. We were all kind to each other, and then gradually that started to end. Well, that can't happen here. If we're going to get control of our cash, we need to do it right. You need to take an honest look at what you're doing now. And then step 2, ask yourself, how much do you really need to spend? Do you need that expensive coffee, that lease on that luxury vehicle? Do your kids need to be texting all day long or going to fancy private schools? Do you need a pool cleaner when you can do it yourself? Do you need to be spending money on all of that clothing? How much do you really need to spend? Where can you make cuts? It's not a pleasant exercise to do, but again, you have to put your priorities in order. Which is more important to you? Having this kind of stuff that's fleeting and that gets old after a while, or having cash in case you need it as a competitive advantage in your career? Step 3, you have to save 18 to 36 months of cash reserves. You have to do it. You just have to have a savings account where you have 18 to 36 months of cash reserves in place. That way, if anything happens to you, you can be responsible to your family. You can do what you need to do in a non-panic, non-rushed way to find that next opportunity, whether it's a job or starting your own low barrier to entry, low fixed cost company. Step 4, pay down debt. Debt can be a good thing sometimes. It can be an emergency reserve of cash if you need it. But if you don't pay down your debt, you're going to be saddled with high interest fees, high payments, and that's going to squeeze out your ability to spend that money on other things like basic living expenses in case something happens to you. So pay down debt. You'll feel better, you'll have peace of mind, you'll sleep better, and your future will be more secure. Next step, live on half. Live on half the income that you make right now. If you can have that kind of discipline, you can easily save the money you need. When I was at business school, I remember a number of classmates made a pledge that they were going to, with their family, live on half of their salary so that only one person would need to work, or if something happened to one person's job, they would be covered. Not sure exactly how many people actually followed through on that pledge. I hope many people did. And these days after the Great Recession, I hope we've learned our lesson and more people have their finances under control, have their lifestyle under control, and are able to live on half of what they earn. Not easy to do. Maybe you can't live on half, but it's a nice aspiration to have and to work towards. Next, save and invest. Once you have your cash reserves, once you're paying down your debt, once you're living on half, save and invest that money. Watch it grow. You're going to be so glad that you did that. Most Americans, and I can't speak for other countries, but within the United States, it's really disappointing to see what our baby boomers have done to this country. They had all the tools available to them to save and invest, and now it's turning out that most of them, without Social Security, would be broke. That means we're forever going to be dependent on the government. It means that people have not taken responsibility like they should for their own financial future, and it's just disappointing. Step 7, don't worry about the Joneses. So many people try to keep up with what their neighbors are doing or what their colleagues at work are doing. Stand alone. Be your own person. Or if you're a couple, be your own people. Don't worry about the Joneses. They're probably miserable trying to do what they're doing, trying to put on showy displays, buying the things they're buying, taking the vacations they're taking. They're very much focused on the outside world. Don't worry about them. Worry about you. Keep your finances under control. Remember, cash is a competitive advantage. Thank you. And once again, go to bulletproofcareer.com for more information about how you can have career success, particularly in perpetually gut-wrenching times.